Croeso, I Gymru. Welcome to Wernlow Farm for another Let's Play series on this Welsh map inspired by Carmarthenshire. In terms of what we have here, we have a decent first plot of land, and we've tried to use as many as the DLC's equipment as possible to get us starting with our equipment. So we have the half-pipe crampy trailer, and we have the JCB fast track with the precision farming sprayer that's got see and spray, and also the weed seeker. We have quite a decent amount of fields and sheds. We'll go into those in a bit more detail. In terms of mods which we are using, we're using the red tape mod, the field goals mod, the moisture mod, so lots of different things to make things a bit harder for us as we're going through. We are playing on hard difficulty. So we have the Merlot, the Merlot telehandler with a bale fork, a bucket, and also the straw harvest pack bale pickup. We have a nice trailer to help us move things around. We also have the Joskin animal trailer. We have a Massey Ferguson harvester and header. Not too big, something manageable on the lands that we have. And down the bottom here, that's a pig shed there, and we also have tried to use, as we crash, big style. As always, driving is fantastic. We have the Sky Agricultural Progress TF for extra expansion to our seed drill. We have the power harrow, and we also have the seed drill here, the HR 300 4 meters. We have the Vredo pack in terms of the overseeder for grass. Then we have our planter, and we have the straw harvest pack chrome big pack. There will be things that we need extra on the farm to help us on our journey. Our money is currently too high. I'm going to set that down to £100,000, but lots of things to get on with as we go through. In terms of land and what we have field 2, which is currently being harvested for barley, which we haven't done, needs ploughing as well. Field 1 has been cultivated up, and again, nothing in there. Field 3, which is wheat, which is one of our first tasks today in terms of harvesting. Field 5 is canola, which is our biggest field by a country mile. We have 83, which is a grass field, which is also ready to harvest, and we have field 6, which is cultivated and ready for drilling, and last but by no means least, we have field 38, which is again another grass field. So there's going to be lots of things that we have to do. We have field 4 as well, but that's a cow pasture. So we do have 2 cow sheds. We have this one here, which has the ability to produce milk as well, and we also have this large cow barn, again another shed that can produce milk. We have a pig pasture down at the bottom of the farm, and also an area for animals to graze. We also have the bunning trailer for manure spreading, and a New Holland tractor. So lots of big equipment and lots of things which can help us on our journey of expanding this farm. Looks a bit dilapidated at the moment, but I'm sure before long this will be a thriving business. Our first task will be getting into the field and start to harvest that barley and canola. To do that, we're going to be in the Massey Ferguson, part of the standard in-game 7360 AL4, and we also have the 25 meter free flow Massey Ferguson header and Nardi trailer to get around the farm. So first things which we need to do is get into our fields and start harvesting. I feel like the wheat field will be our best bet to start. I'm going to be running this series as much as possible on ×5 speed, just to make sure that it's difficult and it's hard, which farming is. It's difficult, it's hard, it's time consuming. You need to make sure you've got the right equipment in place. So yeah, hopefully a really good challenge. We only have a small half pipe trailer, so it's not going to be massive in terms of doing this, but we want to get animals in here as quickly as possible to be able to start generating money, because that's where our money is going to be from the animal feeding. Canola, the crops which are already in place, we know they're going to be poor quality and not have been looked after, so we're not anticipating massive yields from this harvest. See if we can get into steering assist, and this is going to be, we've got straw trough enabled, so this is going to be our first field. Currently actually decent yield of 78%, but the aim of this is just going to be trying to use as many of the DLC provided machinery as possible and try and make a successful farm. So first field underway and being harvested, won't be long and then we'll be in the canola field. So yeah, let's get this exciting journey underway.
Monday morning's early shift, woke up like it's time again. Gotta punch the clock, put in the work, bags under my eyes, yeah, my body hurts. I can't complain, nah, it ain't no big deal. Ain't no white collars here, 'cause I got blue collar bills. These worn hands keep a roof over our heads. I'm thankful for the ones that give my family a bed, and I'll break my back for my old man's sake. And when my boy's a man, he'll do the same with his worn hands.
Man, my boys work hard, but not quite as hard as me. I bust my ass for them, and my old man taught me that nothing good in life comes free.
These worn hands keep a roof over our heads. I'm thankful for the ones that give my family a bed, and I'll break my back for my old man's sake. And when my boy's a man, he'll do the same with his worn hands.
So that is the wheat field finished off. We got the crampy and the half pipe trailer to be able to unload. We'll have a little bit of a quick check of our final total. The main reason why I want to have this is just purely down to the straw. The crop, yeah, it's a nice bonus and something extra to sell in January, but having the straw for the animal bedding is going to be more beneficial than 10,000 litres of wheat. Moisture quality 15.1%, actual crop quality 76%, so we'll probably notice a reduction when we come to sell it. There'll be a drying charge, because I'm not sure our silo can do the drying, but we also need to, because of the moisture, we need to get into the grass fields quickly and start mowing that, just to allow the grass to turn to hay. So let's leave the crampy trailer here, and let's jump into the fast track for its first job and see if this has got enough power to look after the mowers. So first we have to find the mowers. It's always fun to be able to do, is find the equipment which we have on the farm. So I did replace a number of the equipment just to be able to use as much of the DLC stuff as possible, but a lot of the equipment, the base equipment, was just here. So this is our windrow, and we have our Coon front and rear butterfly mowers. So to get to them, obviously we need to take out the windrow, and yeah, we'll get into our fields in terms of what we want to use for hay and what we want to use for silage, for our fields, we have 38 down at the bottom here. I think that will be quite good for the silage, given the fact we got a shorter run up back to the pit, and 83 will probably be a good one for our hay fields. So let's try and get attached. Let's get into our hay field and get some mowing done. At the field, we're going to get one of our local workers, Rodri, to do the mowing whilst we're getting on with the harvesting. So we're going to do we're going to ask them to do 2 headlands. Well, it looks like Rogerina rather than Rodri, unfortunately. Well, in fact, so hoping they'll have enough power to get up and down the hill. Also, what's worrying me is these trees on the inside of the field. So, and will they have enough room to get past the trees? Looks like they do. So, in terms of the moisture, it's currently 14.8. We need that to be below, I think it's below 7% moisture for that to turn to hay. And the weather for today is it's over 30s, so that should be dry enough for hay to be produced. So we're going to give that a couple of hours to go from grass to hay, and yeah, I'll see how that goes. We need to get into our canola field and start harvesting that. A lot of our crops today will wither if they're not harvested, so time is of the essence. So let's see if we can fold up the header, the harvester. Let's drop the header onto its trailer. And with British maps, one of the big problems is always going to be being able to get into the fields with the harvester and header. Just the nature of how things are set up. Land is very expensive, and it's you don't want to waste a load of field by having your massive open expansive gates. So this gate is indeed very, very tight. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get the harvester through that gate. Fortunately, we are going to have to sacrifice some crop whilst we get in. This hurts. That was a considerable amount of crop damage. Right, we're going to mess around until we get this harvester going in the field. Well, that was painful. Damaged a decent amount of crop. I think next time when we come to drill this field, we're going to avoid that area completely. Just so we can, well, the crops which we plant we can actually harvest, because quite a decent amount has been destroyed. We've lost a few thousand, a few hundred, so £126. I'm not sure what that would have been worker fees for potentially the mowing. So yeah, massive canola field which needs harvesting. So yeah, we're going to run this on a time lapse and hopefully we'll get through it quickly.
some lines, rode the lightning. Should've slowed down, took my time. I've had my share of fast exits, tried the right side of them fences. Wouldn't trade what I got for what I'm missing. I've done too many things, been too many places, done too many lines, kissed too many faces. I've loved too many devils to ever change like that. I've been too wild to turn back. I lost some friends, buried some. I can count them on one hand, but I'll be seeing them again. I've done too many things, been too many places, done too many lines, kissed too many faces. I've loved too many devils to ever change like that. I've been too wild to turn back. I've been too wild, turn back. I've done too many things, been too many places, done too many lines, kissed too many faces. I've loved too many devils to ever change like that. I've been too wild to turn back. I've been too wild to turn back.
Starting to get a little concerned that we're not going to get all this work done today. The mowers have been switched over, so the New Holland is on the mowing. We are going to have to tether it and also windrow it and bale it. We also need to get the straw baled up and into the shed, and we also got a small matter of trying to do this giant field of canola, which is proving to be time complex and sensitive. Mowing is going okay now. Had a little bit of issues finding where to go, and the work ended up just following the full headlands. So 2,000 litres of the canola left to decant from the harvester, and yeah, it's time. Time is the issue. And will we get both fields, well, all 3 fields completed today? Yeah, it's going to be stressful, but exciting.
Mama taught me how to string up green beans, take the rough with the tender and leave all the stems in the sink. Showed me how to keep my head tied back and be careful not to drop my eggs. If you get a crack, well then that's that. I can still hear her saying, Mama's got a strong heart, beating in her chest, strong arms, holding up the world one arm. Gotta hold on to that, baby, you might need it later. And you got a strong mind, holding on to everything I say. Strong bones gonna hold up the weight. And your mama's mama had a strong heart, and her mama had a strong heart, and her mama had a strong heart. Mama taught me how to sew up holes and cut the corn right off the cob in a cast iron pot. Let it stew low and slow. Made me put on my big girl pants, stand up tall, keep my nose clean. If it comes, let it come, take it like a woman. I can still hear her saying, Mama's got a strong heart, beating in her chest, strong arms.
So we should have a full trailer here. Mowing is, again, he's doing well, or she's doing well, sorry. most of the field's done. In terms of moisture, again 14.6%. The fast track has a full load, so this is going to be our next job, is to be able to get in and unload this half pipe. Is this going to be the right solution for us going forward? So obviously you only got a 12,100 litre capacity. It drifts. Playing a bit of Tokyo Drift going around the corner. So yeah, it's not the biggest capacity. However, for this tractor, it's bearable. It's not going to, if we're playing the advanced damage system, I think it would suggest that this was more than overpowered, more than too much weight for what we have. So yeah, it's a struggle. Let's get this unloaded. I think we've done a couple of canola, so this will bring us up to about 20,000 litres of canola. We'll have to get back into the harvester and start that work straight away, although it probably needs a little bit of unloading already, because I don't think we fully emptied it. Probably about halfway empty. But in terms of the time, we are 1:15, so yep, we're going to continue to do this and check in with you in the next once we switch over the mower. So back in the JCB, mowing has finished. We're going to get the worker going on some tedding, and we'll switch back and drop off the mowers. So yeah, workers also on the harvesting. So we'll switch back the mowers and get onto potentially the baler and start baling that straw up. We're also going to need to collect it and put it into the shed, just so it won't get damaged. But I'll drive past and see where the worker has gone in terms of the grass, and see if it has made, yeah, it's dropped it down to the moisture is still pretty high. It's not ideal. That rush and race against time is properly on. Gonna have about 4 hours to see if that can dry enough for hay. Overnight I do think it's going to be dry. So switched over, the tedding's being done by JCB, we're into the New Holland and we're going to get some baling done as part of the jobs that which we know we need to try and fire off today. Again, this field is steep and this baler is heavy, so it feels like we've got a bunch of underpowered machines trying to do some quite strenuous jobs. But yeah, the harvester is still going. Occasionally we'll have to switch off from baling into carting, but yeah, it's one of the main jobs which we need to try and get done today in this quite frantic month. So short time lapse, let's get this done, and hopefully we'll be done in the next 3 hours.
Sunrise creeping, shadows sleeping, then I saw your face in this crowded space. My heart did a flip like a microchip. Something new, something true, just for me and you. So shine, yeah, you're my soul shine. Every single time you blow my mind. So wander, looking for a sign, something truly mine. Then your eyes met mine, like a cosmic design. Never thought I'd find it, this perfect fit, like a missing piece, bringing me sweet peace.
Franticness continues. So disappointingly, only 3 bales from that field. We do need to get the tipper. Tedding is still going on, but as you might have seen, it's not drying as quickly as we need it to. If that's the case, then we might need to go for plan B, which is silage from that field, but then I don't know when we're going to have the opportunity to get hay with the coming months, and obviously we need a decent amount of heat to turn grass from grass to hay, and that's not going to come until next summer. So total mixed ration is potentially off the table unless this dries, unless we buy an awful lot of bales. Harvester is just coming back up, so this is the field. Is in terms of temperature, we're at 20. Well, we're currently at 33 degrees, so it should be perfect for drying, but doesn't appear to be doing what we want it to do. Tomorrow again dry, and overnight dry as well, so it looks like our first rain's going to be in November, so there might be some opportunity. I'm not sure why that stopped, but yeah, grass moisture 12.1%, so it's not doing as we want it to do. 10% here in some spaces, so it is drying slowly. Generally the top of the field will be the driest parts, opposed to the bottom, but harvester is 80% full, so we're gonna get in position ready to unload. This field itself is progressing okay, about 2/3 complete, and we've done a couple of unloads as well. So yeah, I'm not necessarily as worried about the canola, although still a big job. I am more worried about the hay. It might be a job which we have to hope and pray that it hasn't rotted overnight. But yeah, we're going to get this field finished and then see what our options are going to be. Just coming up to another load, and the harvester's just started to skip rows in order to speed up the turn-in, but there is some good news. We've got hay, so some of the field is now actually turned into hay, so you can see the different colour in the grass. So when it's that browny colour, then it's our hay, so that's great. Not going to be able to unload the combine that much from this. We've got about 3,000 litres spare in capacity. We'll get the worker going again in this field once we've unloaded, just to keep the combine moving as we're unloading and going through. But in terms of the field itself, I'm confident we're now going to be in a position where we're going to get this done. The hay, I think that might again still be an issue, but yeah, we'll endeavour to get it done. But this is going to be our 3rd load of canola from this field. It's a large field, it's a really terrible yield, but it's going to be cash that we're going to need come winter time to be able to get some funds into the farm. As to what we do with that field next year, I'm not sure. In between the break, I have managed to clear the huge sum of 3 bales from this field, and they're in storage ready to go. But yeah, it's progressing. An hour and 15 minutes left of today, and it's still going to be tight. The canola harvest is the bit that's taking the most amount of time. So yeah, we're going to continue to utilise the workers and jump into the combine when we can. But next step is just get this back into the field and continue the harvest. 30 minutes left of the day. Just got a couple more passes of this canola field, so again, really confident this is going to be done. We've got a small pass just over there in the distance, and hay is being produced, but that's not going to be able to be picked up overnight. Well, it's not going to be picked up in the next 30 minutes. So yeah, it's a risk that we're going to have to take with the hay, and whether it'll still be there tomorrow. But at 5 o'clock we have to down tools and stop. So we're going to run between 9 AM and 5 PM, and what we can get done in that time is what we can get done. Don't want to be doing contracts. It's going to be managing our land and the machinery on our land to the best effect. We can also lease machines, but don't want to do that unless we really have to. Want to try and run with shop deliveries as well, because that's going to be something which we're going to have to book into our time, is how long certain deliveries take to get to us. So it's going to be a challenge, as always, but just hope and pray that we've got enough hay to be able to, well, we're going to have some hay in that field tomorrow which we can pick up. A decent haul from the canola, like just a few more ups and downs, and we should, well, more than should get this done in the next 23 minutes. And then we'll assess where we are. If we've obviously got crop in the combine, we can keep it. It doesn't have to be necessarily emptied into the silo. So that is that pass, just a small bit down the bottom of the field, and yeah, we'll hopefully get this done and emptied into the trailer and the silo. And we're almost there with the canola, so 7,400 litres currently in the tank. Might get about 7,700 possibly, but that is done. We're not going to be in a position to touch the grass field today. Do have an empty half pipe, so we should be able to get this in to the silo in the next couple of minutes, so hope not destroy any of the moisture any further. So that is done. In the next one, so looking at this field, it also needs ploughing, and we haven't bought any of the field data either, so we don't have any idea of crop, of soil type, so we're just going to pop in and do that for the fields which we've got. So field 60, God, that's £4,000, and another 3,100, and field 3, 1,300, 525, field 2, there we go, field 38 down the bottom, and finally field 4. So that is all our field data purchased. That's a lovely horrible colour of silty clay, a decent amount of loam, but we do have some loamy sand here as well. So yeah, that's the trailer emptied. We're going to quickly rush down and get this into the silo. And yeah, this has proven to be more of a challenge than I thought it would be initially. I thought the first day we would get the field completely harvested and wouldn't be a problem whatsoever, but looks like we've underestimated what we have up against us. Worker fees, so that's another 332 for this hour. We have to turn off our machine. It is 5 o'clock, and we can't do anything more. Wow. Okay, Well, if you have enjoyed the episode, please do remember to like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.